Teal Treasures is a beautiful collection that's from our friends at Hunkydory, and as you would expect, it's got foiled die cuts, it's got all kinds of things, but that's not all. Look at this. This is the printed Miri. It's in teal, so that's also going to match. I'm not done. There's also an 8x8 paper pack with large images that are really fun. And one more thing, Teal Treasures in a little square book of the imagery. All of this is what Heidi has been working with for this week's webisode. Come play with us. We're going to start with the Teal Treasures Luxury Card Kit, and as you would expect, this is going to have 106 foiled die cuts, but let me show you what Heidi has done. So it's got the foiled die cuts, it's got the adorable scorable that is foiled and that is also printed. It's going to make 16 cards, but let me show you what Heidi has done. I'm scooting this over. And this is her first card, and I thought it was really clever. In fact, this is the sheet that she used. So this is the foiled sheet, just so you can make sure you know. And to see this foiling in the teal color is not something that we get very often. So I love the fact that Hunkydory saw that and really ran with it, along with all the other pieces in this. So Heidi kept all of 3 of these. So there's 3 frames, this middle one, a green one, and then the foiled one. And she kept them together and put them on her card. Now, she did it at an angle, so here's the card. And I'll turn this over so you can see that that's where the fold is. So she simply took the all of the pieces, kept them together, and layered them so that about 1/2 inch of the die cut is extending beyond the fold. You can really see it there. That way she's got the fold to begin with, and then she simply cut right around the piece, so it's just flat right there. But she didn't want to stop there, so she wanted to give it some dimension, and you can see that these pieces have been cut out and foiled on, or folded on top and foam taped in place. What did she use? Well, there's a piece of adorable scorable that has the same artwork, and the clever woman simply cut these out. You do want to use those 4.5 inch long scissors. They have about 1 3/4 inch blade, so it really allows you if you want to get into tiny areas. And simply she curved them over her finger, but you could do it over a pencil if that felt more comfortable, and simply foam tape them on top. She used one of the other die cuts here. Now for the inside of her card, she used the rest of the adorable scorable, actually just another piece of it, and that gave her the inside that matches perfectly, same color. It's got butterflies all over it too, and then she used some of the littler butterflies from her adorable scorable and added it, another little die cut. Everything is flat in here, and then a bow. The bows came out of, as you would expect, the teal and aqua ribbon set, so everything matches. And I really like the fact that she did something different, and that's just really fun. Although you can make 16 cards out of this set, really fun to make a variety. So what else did the woman do? Well, let me show you. Here is one. Now she did the same thing in that she left all 3 of those die cut pieces and treated them as one piece. And this is the sheet that they came out of. So there you go, right there. And she took her blank card, and this is a gatefold card. So, as you know, you're just going to take your card, and of course we're always using our pre-scored cards just because that makes it so much faster. So lay it flat. You want the bump to be facing you because that's going to be the inside of your card. And if you want to measure and score, that's fine, or you can simply bring the outside edges to the middle and fold. Where is my bone folder when I need it? Well, I failed to bring it, so I'll have to do it with my fingers. I really do like a bone folder because it will make those creases really, really firm. Or you can use the handle of scissors. So that's the beginning of our gatefold. I'm sure you know all about that. And let's see what she has done. So she added First of all, these outside edges. She went back to her adorable scoreable paper and used the outside pieces. See how this one is darker? Well, that's this edge, and then this one is lighter. The complete instructions are in the gallery, so you don't have to worry about measurements because they're going to be right there. And Heidi decided to bring in a specialty paper, and that's this one. This is the hammered gold. Oh, so pretty. It's got all of that texture. It is a paper. It's lighter weight, and it works just beautifully. So that was also put onto her adorable scoreable. You see she rounded the edges. You can do that if you want, or leave them square. And then she added the green border dazzles. Now there's green as well as teal in this, as well as white, and that just worked so nicely. This is also using that same teal and aqua ribbons. On the inside, well, she's got more of that adorable scoreable left, lots more as a matter of fact. And you can see where she used this piece to go on the inside of her card. She did the same treatment that she did on the front of her card with adding the hammered gold and the dazzles right there. And it just is a beautiful look. This is one of the borders, or is the border, that's on the die cut sheet. So you can see it right there. It's adding that pop of teal, that foiling. It's just so beautiful. Again, I love the fact that she did something different. And bringing in the other elements is just a really nice way to go. The borders just add a really good touch. Now we're going to do a third card out of this set. And here it is. Now, this is using that bird, and Heidi used the adorable scoreable, not the die cut this time, just the adorable scoreable. So you can see that this piece is where she used for the front of her card. But she did use, in this case, rather than using the teal, she brought in the blue fireworks holographic paper and the silver linen paper. So all of these become the mats to this big piece. This is a 5-inch square card. She did go to that sheet of from the kit. Remember, this bird is on the bottom of the peacock sheet, and she brought in Be Bold, Be Beautiful, Be You as her die cut. She went into the orange and peach ribbon pack to have this big ribbon. And then right here, this is, as you would expect, some more of the inside or the rest of her adorable scoreable. So you can see it's right there, how it just matches and gives you another nice piece. And then this becomes the die cut from that sheet, and You Mean the World to Me, Lots of Love. So just beautiful. Again, those same papers are used on the inside. So just a really a fun way to use the adorable scoreables. We usually just kind of pop them on the inside, but Heidi's done a beautiful job of making them have center stage and really being highly useful. Okay, let's go into more things in this kit. And I'm going to bring in this card that comes from the square little book of Teal Treasures. Now, this has got 25 designs. You get 6 of each one, and they measure 4 3/4 inches square. And it's a honkin' little book, yes, just like that. And Heidi has taken this one, and she has used it for the front of her easel card. So you're going to take your card, you're going to cut it for 5 by 5, and then take the front half and front piece and fold it in half. And that's going to create the beginning of your easel. Now, she has also brought in not only the little square book, but she's also brought in the Teal Treasures Miri package. Now, you're going to get 10 of these Miri sheets. Yes, hello, there I am. And it's going to just add such an elegance to your card. So let me show you what she's done. So she has the piece right here out of this book, And because it's already a frame, she simply trimmed right along that frame, and that becomes her base. Then she's going to mat that onto the teal, and then she mats it again onto another one of these pieces, or I suppose you could use the same one if you cut it carefully, and that becomes this piece. And this piece is going to get glued to the front of her card. But before you do that, you also want to cut the mirror to cover each of these two panels, okay? And again, all of the directions are in the gallery. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue the bottom of it to the bottom of the card front. And Heidi wanted to add some dimension. So because you get so many pieces of every single design, you get 6 of them, she could go back and cut out some individual blossoms out of the other sheets and foam tape them in place. And so that's going to give some easy dimension out of the white ribbons. That's what is going right down there. On the inside of her card, well, she has used one of the many designs in this little book that gives you a message. So a thankful heart is a happy heart, and you can see that that's just right there. Now she did something else both on the front of her card and on the inside. And let's see, Steve, can we get in really close? Let's see if that little thing is working. There we go, smoothly, even more. Perfect. Okay. You see right here, there is a thin line dazzles, and that comes from the set of thin line dazzles that comes in black, white, gold, and silver. And you can see the white right along there. It just adds a really nice edge to this, and it does the same thing on the inside of the card. And then she also matted this onto the Mary sheet and glued it inside her card. The happy heart is from one of those other 6 sheets of the same thing, so she simply trimmed it out and matted it and foam taped it up. So really, really nice. So much in this collection. Now we're going to use the larger piece. This is an 8x8 paper pad, and this has 12 designs. You're going to get 4 of each one. And let me show you what Heidi has done. She has taken several things and put them together to make this card. And are you watching? Okay, I'm going to open it up. There you go. Did you see the butterfly fluttering? I really had it twisted. This is a tunnel card, and it comes from, guess what, our die cut cards that talk about a tunnel card. And there are 3 cards in 3 envelopes. They're a nice size, really a generous size. And in using this, as I said, Heidi used the Teal Treasures. Now, this has let's see, let me show you what was used for this particular card. It's going to have this piece, and she used this area right here. She just trimmed that out, going right along that lacy edge. The butterflies get cut out, and these were matted on the teal Mary sheet. Yes, so that gets used. And let's see, let me scoot this in. And then the back side of this is, let's see, the back side or the front side of this paper. So all of this is coming from the Teal Treasures 8x8 paper pad. So the papers in this are double-sided, and that's going to come in very handy. So we're going to take our tunnel card. We're going to first cover it with the paper, which fits perfectly, you might notice. And then we're going to have that decorative edge right here. Now, there's something else in to do the tunnel cards, and that is this little piece. So there's this inside panel, and then there's a die cut section. Well, that die cut section is pulled out. Heidi colored it and placed it right there, right, and let her butterflies, her myriad butterflies, flutter around them. She colored this with an ink pad out of our Cat's IQ pinks, and it just works very, very nicely. Now, The other thing that she did on the front here is that she used some dazzles. And this is the everyday greetings. And it says, thinking of you. And she chose the brown finish. There's also black, white, gold, and silver in here. And doesn't that just do a really nice job? On the inside of her card, she simply chose best wishes. So that works too. You may have noticed some decorative elements here. They're very softly colored. And what she used were our paper doilies, yes. So let me bring those. And she simply took one. You're going to get 20 of these in a pack. And she colored it using the blending brushes. Okay, so let me bring that in. If you haven't seen these, I can tell you that our design team is just in love with them. Absolutely in love. One of the things that allows you to do is to not waste your ink, one thing, because you just get a little bit on here and it goes a long way, but it allows you to color and kind of control the amount of color that's going to go on there. So just like so, and even as I am brushing over this lacy edge, it's not tearing, and that's really nice to have too. So simply do your coloring. This is, as I said, the Cat's IQ blue set, so you get all of those shades of blue. And just brush this off on a paper towel and that'll keep it clean, no problem. So Heidi has done several of those on her card. So she did one in pink and one in blue, and then placed them on the corner and trimmed the edge. She did another piece of it right here, just with a blue one. Now, the mirror piece that's there, there's going to be another one on the inside. I'll show you about that in just a moment. On the inside of her card, you can see that that stripe was again used on each edge, so that worked out nicely. And then she's taken the whole piece, and because you get so many of them, you can have multiple uses, and she used that to cover the center of that other piece out of the die cut cards. So simply to cover it. Now back here, she used another paper, and this is darker, and she really wanted that to stand out against the lighter colors that were in the front of her tunnel card. So she just cut 2 strips and glued them, not overlapping that score line, so that they'll fold nicely. Okay, she suspended some baker's twine, and has one of the butterflies that's been matted on the mirror on one side, and then just cut the same shape out of the mirror and put some little butterflies on the other side. And you know the trick. You simply want to twist this so that the whole thing will really flutter when it opens up. Now, what about those mirror circles that are on top of the doilies? Well, give you a spoiler alert. This is a brand new set that's coming from hot off the press. There are 12 circle and scallops cutting dies, all the way from 1 3/4 to 5 inches wide. 12 of them. We're doing them in circles, we're doing them in squares and ovals and in rectangles. Wonderful assortment to have at the ready for all of your needs, because they just come in so handy. But right now we will twist this butterfly and put it back inside and get that to someone very special, because I have more for you. Here we go with another card, and this one is also out of the 8x8 pad, and isn't that just stunning? I love how she used the artwork. So this is the sheet that Heidi used on the front of her card, simply bringing it right here. But first she put the mirror sheet, and then she took our metallic gold. Now the metallic gold is not an in-your-face gold, it's just a beautiful shiny metallic, and she cut a strip and put it at the edge of the mirror, and then she used the dazzles. Now this is the card inside outside dazzles. Again, black, white, gold, silver, and brown. You can see that she used the gold to beautifully accent her peacock. So keeping you in my heart, it's just gorgeous. I just want to rub my fingers over it. It's just so pretty. So that strip of gold, and then this is out of the gold and silver ribbon set. Now on the inside of her card, yes, she used another sheet out of that same pack. Here is the peacock, so you can see. Just glue it in place. And same thing with the mirrory and the metallic gold and the gold ribbon. Thinking of You is another part of that same Dazzle set. So easy to make. And you know, what I love about these techniques that she's done is you can apply them to any of the other parts. So you've got all of those designs in this 8x8 pad, so you can apply this technique to all of them. And it's just going to do a really nice job. Now, there was one thing I didn't tell you in the beginning that's part of the Teal Treasures, and it's this. It is called a treasure bookmark card. So it has a bookmark in it. You're going to make 4 of them. Hunkydory's come out with some of these little mini kits, and we're getting them for you because they just add such a nice another way that you can do your card making. Now this has a instruction book, or a little instruction piece that's there, and each of the pieces, each of the cards has a die cut piece that's foiled, and then also the card base. And this is the finished card. Let me get some of this out of the way to show you. Here is the card. It has this little box on the front of it, and you lift this up to reveal part of the message. You put a song in my heart every day. This one has musical instruments. And then the inside, you can decorate however you want. So let me just show you this super easy construction. You get, as I said, this is the card itself. Just fold it in half. That's all you have to do. And let's see, I think I'll do this with another one just to give you another example, okay? This is one of the other sheets. I've done a product video on every single one of these items, so as you go to paperwishes.com and you're looking at the individual items, you can see it separately. I've given you lots of information. So you take the card base, this happens to be another one, and pop out all the pieces. I've already done that. Then you're going to take our friend, the super sticky tape, the extra sticky tape, and put it on the edge of each side of this one. And this is going to become that box on the front. So you fold everything back just like this, all along. And then simply remove, there we go. You'll remove the tape to attach it to the box. But before you do that, you want to take this piece that is in the back of the message. Let's see. Here we go. This one is about flowers. So we'll pull this off, just like so. And this is going to go inside the box. So we'll put tape on it, and that's going to be attached inside the box like so. Then the box itself has a part on the bottom to keep it so that this little piece doesn't fly out. So it too is going to have the extra sticky tape on the ends. So you'll put this in here. So I'm not attaching it, but you get the idea. That's going to slip right in like so. Then this whole piece is going to go on your card front. You notice that there's an area specifically designed for it. Then that's flat. Then you're going to take the other piece, which is right here, and this piece that was in the middle, foam tape that. There's a little piece of ribbon in the kit, and that's going to slip inside. And then you can use anything on the inside of your card. You've got lots of other die cuts and so forth. So it just makes a complete card. In fact, you're going to make 4 complete cards, each of them different. And you can see on the product page all the different varieties that's there. So much in the Teal treasures. As you can see, there's just a lot. So we've got the luxury card kit all together. We've got that beautiful Mary sheets that are just going to shine. We've got the 8x8 paper pad. We've got the little square book of Teal treasures. And now you know about the reveal for the bookmark reveal cards. All of this with Teal treasures. I've given you so much this time. Actually, Heidi did it all. 7 projects, lots of techniques. We love having you here with us at Paper Wishes. You can see down below, you can see many of the items that Heidi used. I encourage you to go to the gallery. If you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to paperwishes.com and check out those instructions. And don't forget to look at the Money Saver. We love to save you money. And thank you so much for being with us. We love having you in the Paper Wishes family.